Thanks for checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe.
I mean, I didn't know the cuts were coming, but I was told when they started that it's going to be a bunch, so there's a bunch. No, I mean, there were people, I mean, the basic gist as I see it is that they're probably bringing some people up from NXT. I mean, Roxanne Perez, maybe, who else, whatever. But, and I think they just need to make them room. And the people they weren't using. I mean, Gallows and Anderson, not a surprise they weren't using them. When you're a main roster guy making lots and lots of money, you know what I mean? Like, and they send you to NXT a lot, and you're working in NXT a lot. It's probably not in every case, but in a lot of cases, it's that because they're not paying $1 million a year for guys on NXT. It's just not happening. But they may send you there because they got no idea what else to do, and maybe you're a good worker and you can help teach those guys. But that's and the thing that surprised me, what surprised me about Gallows and Anderson is Anderson's out with surgery for a torn rotator cuff, and usually they don't cut people while they're mending, for a lot of different reasons. So that surprised me. Sonya Deville, obviously, she's been on TV regularly. They made the call, for whatever reason. I don't know that she added anything to Baszler and Zoe Stark anyway. I mean, really? I didn't think she did. And the rest were just people that they were rarely using. I mean, Blair Davenport, B. Priestley hadn't been used in a long time. I think they brought her in for that U.S. tournament, but really just hadn't done anything with her ever since. They brought her to the main roster, gave her a quick feud with Naomi, did very little with it. So I could see her being on the chopping block. Giovanni Vinci. I figured he was dead in the water. I thought that when they did the angle, when Kaiser turned on him, I thought he was going to be cut then.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, and they did because they didn't use him for a long time. They did the injury angle and they didn't use him, and then they tried to bring him back as James Bond. And the first thing they did was have Apollo Crews beat him in seconds, which is kind of like, why do you build a guy up with vignettes and then lose in seconds? But I figured, okay, they've got the storyline that they're going to do where he's going to, the first loss is going to play into the future. I try to think that these guys have long-term plans, and it never happened. It just the first loss turned into a second loss, and then bye-bye. And so he hadn't been used much at all. So I knew he was in jeopardy. And who else was AOP? Paul Ellering.
Was Ellering if you took the beginning of his career until now, like nobody else was having was in a company who started as long ago as he did, right?
He's 71 years old.
Yeah.
So he dates back to as far as like in a major company. Who started first, him or Jake? And I'd have to look that up. I think Ellering was in the class of 77, the Vern Gagne training camp of 77. I think Jake may have been starting. Jake was born in 55, but I think Jake started at a young age. So I think Jake may be Jake Roberts may be the guy who goes back the farthest. That's still under contract, I guess, to a major group, unless there's somebody I'm not thinking about. But yeah, Ellering. I have no idea why they brought him back to begin with, other than that they wanted to make AOP into the Road Warriors, and they figured putting Ellering makes it authentic. But it's kind of like, to make guys the Road Warriors, they gotta destroy people besides prelim guys, right? They didn't, and I don't, they were just there as background muscle for carrying Cross, and they haven't been there for a couple of weeks. So AOP, the AOP thing, it's kind of one of those weird things because They had a nice run. They made money and things like that. I don't know what they do next. They're, when they came in, they both, I wouldn't say about Razor. Razor did MMA and, big guy and everything. I don't really think that he had potential to be anything special in MMA, but he was pretty young as a heavyweight and everything.
Have you grabbed your F4WOnline.com shirt yet? Well, we got a bunch of them. They're up in the store right now. F4WOnline.com/shirts. You can grab your -5 stars shirt, your Dave Meltzer Wrestling Observer shirts, even the brand new After Dark Radio shirt. You love Granny? We have Granny's Gang shirts. Have you ever won a shoot battle royal? Probably not, but you can tell people you did. So check out the store. All of these great shirts and more. It's through Pro Wrestling Tees. F4WOnline.com/shirts. That's F4WOnline.com/shirts.